All right.
Oh,
Okay.
interesting.
Oh, that's a cool one. Oh boy. I think it's more difficult with Hermes. So this is fortunately one I've played both ways.
I do prefer it when my opponent takes a little while to think about which power to pick. It makes me feel like I at least got something balanced as
Yeah,
opposed
they're
to
they each have some things. Um, and I guess maybe I should have taken a little bit longer so we can. You wanna chat about the powers, Gord? I know that's your favorite thing.
Oh, absolutely. Okay, here we go. So Hermes has the power that uh, as long as you promise on your turn not to move up or down, you can move both of your workers as much as you want on the level. Okay, so if one's on level 2 and one's on the ground level, the one on level 2 can keep on moving on the level 2, the one on the ground can keep on moving on the ground level as much or as little as possible. As little is also important. You can move 0 and you're still okay. The Graeae have the obvious ability of having 3 workers instead of just 2. And they have a mixed blessing in that whenever they move, it's not that worker that builds, it's one of the other 2 workers that build. That's a mixed blessing, as you can imagine. So let's see how it works.
Yeah, Graeae can be a bit of a mind twist, let's give a PG, when you first start to use them. It takes a while to realize that, oh, I can't just step over and dome a level 3. I need to anticipate that in advance.
So the original power of the Graeae was move and then build with any of your workers. And that was too powerful. But that was the original power.
Move and build.
Move with one of your workers, build with any of your workers.
Okay, with any. I got you. Okay, yeah, because one of the limitations that having the power the way it is now places on her is that she cannot move and then build, and so anything 2 squares away, if she's not touching it, it's gonna hurt her.
Yeah.
I was thinking about powers the other day, and I was thinking, oh, if I was to add a power to the game, what would I like to see? And it occurred to me there's one. Oh, it occurs to me that I'm about to lose this game. Power that you that seems really obvious that was never gone with, which was just something as simple as move with one of your workers, then build with one of your workers. Was something like that ever considered?
I am sure that that's how Graeae started, is exactly that, and figuring out that was too weak and therefore going to 3 workers. I don't remember that that's how it happened, but I do remember that that was the original Graeae.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
I really like the 3 power gods. I mean, Proteus is in there too. I don't think he's as strong, but it's really subtle how effective having 3 power or 3 workers is with what you can do, and it's just kind of crazy.
Yeah, I'm going to resign this one already. It's not a very exciting game. I think I let you take the corner, and I never recovered from that. That's
So well, if some things that I did there, I took what I call the power squares. I took B4 virtually immediately. I started a level 1 kind of orthogonally against the corner so that it limits Hermes movement in. I put my other dude as a defender on the power square B2 in case you tried anything sneaky. So really, I first tried to lock down where you could move and access, because we both have the ability to, once we get in those inner corner squares, we can really control and create threats on the perimeter with the build without moving kind of component, and it becomes very unpleasant. for
Mhm.
whoever doesn't do that first. So anyway,
Yeah.
yeah,
Oh, well
I
played.
mean, it's pretty loaded with the Graeae matchup because I love that power so much.
One of the things that I wish had worked in the game was just a straight 4 workers with no other power, just 4 workers.
Huh.
And that turns out to be too strong. So that's why it's not in the game. But
Intrigues.
I wanted that so badly. And I even considered it, even though it was overpowered, I still considered putting it in because I love simple gods as well as balanced gods.
Did you
So I guess
consider? Yeah, no, go ahead.
Gaia's the closest, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, Gaia came out of it, but not a happy compromise. Going forward, I would like to think of 4 gods, and there have been other 4 gods that are now much better, I think, than Gaia. So I'm looking forward to seeing more 4 gods. And the way that works is to essentially add a curse to the 4. So
Yeah, that's what I was going to ask is what kind of mechanism would you put in place?
yeah,
I mean, I won't, try to spoil anything, but it seems like, what would you introduce other than just having them be 4 normal workers? I mean, I guess I'm going to assume that you've played around with a lot of different options, and I won't pry, but that sounds very exciting.
Yeah. So I am looking forward to releasing that. Okay.
Do you want to play Gordon against Kevin?
Yeah, sure. I will.
Oh, okay, let's go. Well,
you can invite me.
Cancel
And
that.
allow me a moment to lick my wounds.
I had fun.
Okay. Well, we're going to make sure that trend doesn't
It's
continue with the next.
It's a whole different ball game to play Santorini while you're also having a friendly chat now, isn't it? It's kind of like having 2 lobes of your brain.
Well, let's see how long it remains friendly.
Yes.
Yeah.
I don't know. I dropped below 600, but I've seen some other people drop even below 500. So I think everybody must be like going in a wave right now.
Some other people, not mentioning me, no.
Oh no. There's one in particular. It's definitely not you.
Oh, it was me, but the problem is if I end up on a rating and I'm like, oh man, my ego's taking a hit, I'll just keep playing until I get back to where I want to be, which sometimes it goes the complete opposite direction. You're just in a flunk and it you're 300 before you realize it. It's like, okay, never mind, we're out.
Yeah, that's what I've learned too. It takes a while before you just don't sweat it anymore. But man, like my thing is like 2 weeks. I'll go in 2-week cycles, and then I'll drop 100, and then all of a sudden I'm up 150, and I don't know. My little statistics graph gives me hope as long as there's a constant linear growth pattern that I can see. I'm like, okay, I guess I'm doing all right.
Well, I have never reached 500, guys. So
you're well on your way. You're ranked in the top 100, so that's nothing.
Because you keep playing unranked games against me, so your victories mean nothing.
And that'll do it too. Yeah, I would probably be down in the 200s with all the games I've played against, like Toady and Sheldor.
Right.
Well, I've got an invite out, Gord. I don't know if you see that or not.
No, I don't.
Or should I be looking for one from you?
No. Turn to main site. Let's try this. Oh, now I see it. There we go. And I formally accept your challenge.
You want to do it with like a glove? And I challenge you, sir, to a duel. Okay. Them's fighting words, Gordon Hamilton.
Okay, so I'm going to go with Demeter. Just a pretty that guarantees a fast game. That's what I like about that. And I'm going to go with Hippolyta because I don't know which way I would go on that. And Hippolyta is certainly one of my favorite goddesses.
And to counteract that, probably my least favorite.
I'm improving with it, but yeah, I had a bad one like the other day. It was Aphrodite again and Hippolyta. I thought that maybe I'd improved after Gore just literally killed me, but I lost it to somebody else too.
It's not that I think it's a bad power, it's or underpowered or anything like that. It's just it takes some getting used to. It takes there's new strategies to learn, and I lost a few games at the start in a row, and I was just then every time it came up as an option, I'd be like, not that one.
Yeah, I felt the same way about harpies, and I mean it's still kind of weird, but there's actually some things that just absolutely slap harpies around, uh,
I mean,
like your Urania, but
I mean, harpies can almost be a good thing for your opponent some games.
Yeah.
Yeah. Have you ever tried it with Graeae and harpies? Oh my God, that is a nightmare. It's like old little ladies in a motorized wheelchair, man. They it's absolutely nuts.
I had a fantastic game with the Golden Fleece and the Harpies. And there, the Harpies is turning on and off. And sometimes you purposely want to turn it off. Very interesting.
That's cool.
Yeah, you could say the same thing. Well, actually, on BGA, Hippolyta on fleece mode I don't think it works right. It's really strange. I forget what happens, but I think everybody moves their female worker normally, and I don't know. The power just doesn't seem to like work right.
Okay, let's see how this is working. I'm not sure I like that. No, I don't love that. We're going to go here. Yeah, maybe I do need to do that. Okay, we're going to do that.
Oh, you're getting pinned, buddy.
Yeah. Okay, there we go.
Maybe I am too. That was not that was not a good build, Kevin. Whatever. I'll make do. Oh, that's not good.
Okay, what to do with that? You don't like that. Why don't you like that?
Because my worker's pinned now.
Yeah, I know your worker's pinned. I have no intention of releasing it, which means mine only has really one direction to go, and it's got to be there. And then I think I'm going to go there.
Pretty sure that loses for me. Oops.
So, Connor, which way would you go on this matchup?
Who was picked to play first?
Hippolyta. I think she goes 90% of times. First.
Yeah, maybe Hippolyta seems like a good pick. One of the challenges is Demeter gets to build lots, but it's so easy to build in the wrong space against Hippolyta and just get completely blocked out. So maybe you don't always even want to do your second build.
Apparently, what I like to do against when I'm Hippolyta is cram myself into a corner where I can't move. I find that to be a very common strategy. Perhaps not effective, but definitely common.
Yeah, this doesn't look good.
I mean, at this point, there's nothing I can do about D2. So, and a double win. You can put a cherry on top of your win cake if you want to.
Yeah, I like that double cherry. Okay, Connor, we're off.
Sheldor says they can't join, but are watching.
Okay.
Good game.
Okay, so let's get out of here and let's get Endbringer. Go.
Go get him, Tiger.
Am I Tiger in this case?
Hey, you guys have to figure that out. You're caged together. I could be talking to either one. I have to be impartial here. But I'm definitely voting for Endbringer.
Okay. I have a matchup that I like to do. It can lead to long games, but we'll see.
Oh. That's interesting.
Oh.
So do we want towers or don't we?
Oh. Oh. Yeah, that's a neat one.
Wow.
You know, there was a game where I was playing this with Toady, and I thought, aha, I'll just be Chronus and I'll keep my guys together and I'll build towers. And he just went for a corner win in like 5 turns and he had it, and it was very sad. So
yeah,
well,
I think
I wouldn't fixate on the 5 towers thing anytime soon.
Well, I actually really enjoy the game without powers. And I play a lot of games with hero powers, which is kind of like playing without powers, but with the threat. The threat is always there that, Atlanta's going to just run and win in one turn, or whatever it is. So this is kind of the same. It's kind of like a game without powers, except it's a little bit different.
Yeah.
I like it without powers. I've started to play more because one of those tournaments I was botching game after game, and I realized that I needed to work on just the basic mechanics.
I think that's very wise.
Always up for one.
Yeah, I adore the base game.
Okay, well, then do you have any sort of not guidelines, but I guess principles by which you evaluate a strong versus a weak move board, or want to comment on positioning, building, and some things that you try to keep in mind?
Well, for example, right here, I love an orthogonal connection to any tower of height more than 1, as opposed to a diagonal connection. So if I was on C3, for example, C4 instead of B4, I would not like that as much with respect to this tower, because this allows me to control the flow around the tower, and, for example, allows me to duck in behind here if I want. Mm-hmm. So that would be one thing that I would be looking for.
How do you feel about central control versus perimeter control and corner control? It seems like you're doing a little bit of off-center control here.
Yeah, I would go for the corners more personally than maybe some of you guys do. So maybe I've got something to learn from you, but yeah, I would start with corner threats and then if they fail, then I've tried to get into a good position. But for example, here I'm really happy right now. This just seems a very strong, like, fifth move position that, like, I would definitely assess this as being good for me. Right. Until something like that.
Yeah,
happens.
I think he's got you in a position where if you do move up, you'll build for him and give him a little bit of control. I like that move, Connor.
Yeah, I like that too. I like that too.
I was looking at. Sometimes it's fun to, like, have your first move of the game build the very center with the idea that you've got a worker on either side. So if they step up, they can't help but build for you. And for certain powers that want to, don't mind both gods getting high levels early on, that can be a good strategy. But just there, I don't think it worked if I tried to do a build besides you, forcing you to let me step up, because I just seem to give you a better position.
Graeae is probably the number one power I like to do that move with, by the way. You position where all the center squares are something you can move up to, and even better if you can eliminate by all 5 workers that are placed at the beginning. You can get a level 1 on one of those inner corners, the B24, D24. That's a very hard square for Graeae to get height on, and it usually develops a really strong position if you can get your opponent to. It's kind of a mistake if they accept that, but if they build a level 1 there for you and you can step up, like, literally on your first move, that's a huge victory.
Right. So now, like, a few turns ago, I was like bragging about a strong position, really like this, and now I'm just going and not as happy now. So what happened? I think I'm just going to go like this. There's no way I want to compete right now, getting up onto the second level. Like, I could get up onto the second level if you get up, but I don't want to be in that situation. I don't know. I think this is better. Yeah, like, which one do you move now? It's not clear which one you should move. Right?
Yeah.
Oh, maybe it is.
Oh, well, I hope I moved the right one. So,
so what would you move there, Kevin, if you can just take a. Okay, interesting. Right. Yeah.
Please don't ask me to explain that move. I'm not sure I could.
Yeah. So I think I'm okay with that. At this point, I'm going to now make a run for it over here.
Yeah.
So if I go there, you can't block both of those. I think I'm just going to go like that. I don't know. I think that you're doing really well. As if I need to say that to someone rated like 200 points. How far are you above me?
Oh no, I'm only like 538. So
100 above me. Yeah.
Even that difference, though, it's kind of ridiculous what they give is like the percentage that of probability of you winning or losing a given game, even within 100 points of elo of someone.
Right. So for sure, I'm stepping out. There's no doubt about this move. This move is 100% confident that is correct.
So that seems right. I really just wanted to get my guy back to the center and to not have to worry quite as much about your C4 worker.
I think your position's okay, Connor, because you've got the level 3s on your side of the board. And I mean, I see some wicked moves after this if he tries to level 3, because you've got that A corner over there.
Yeah, so right now I am not sure if I want to do this move. So this is a strong contender. This would be my intuitive move, but there's a big problem with it. But I think I can deal with it. I don't know. So I'll see if see what transpires. I'm definitely concerned, but
so
I've got enough. Yeah,
I'm feeling like I want to move my A3 worker to start something. So it's either going to B3 and building on A2, or it's going to A2 and building on B1. And right now I can't kind of differentiate them. But I think this one's slightly further away from your D3 worker. So
yeah, that's
and it strikes, I guess A2 is a bit too out of the game.
That's the best, I think, because he could level 2 on B1 and I don't know, maybe mess you up.
I felt like that helped me, but
yeah, I think that was
so I can't let you get in there in a big way. So I think that's nearly forced for me as well. Playing around with jumping up onto B5 is just not an option with C3 sitting right there. It's just not. So it's just not a strong enough a threat compared to the A1, A2. Agreed?
Yeah, I think so.
And plus, it's really easy to defend whatever threats you did make up there. He's got a central position where he can just dome you right away if he needs to, and not lose any height off of that move either.
Yeah. So I think I am going to jump in there. Looks nicely suicidal, but I don't exactly see
the follow-up.
What the follow-up? Yeah. So I think I'm comfortable with that.
So I'll tell you what I'm thinking. This looks a bit funny, but if I was to build on A3 here, I've got a pretty strong threat of moving my worker up, building on A2. I think that needs to be dealt with. Maybe that just does it a little bit too easily.
I also have to be careful of Chronus. There are now, the number of potential domes is getting up there.
Hang on, man. I mean, if he gets to C3, that's an instant.
That's a win. That's a win.
Wait.
Right?
Oh.
Yeah, because you can't block D2.
Yeah. Oh man, talk about being so caught up in your own plan that you.
Yeah, that's that.
Can we take back moves? Is there any way on BGA to take back?
No, I don't think there is. I think. Well played.
Sometimes I swear to you guys, I only see 1 or 2 squares on the entire board. I don't know how I do that and just forget what everybody else is doing, but it's amazing sometimes. Face palm.
Yeah, I just didn't see building on C3 as an aggressive move. I saw it as a kind of a positional, stopping my worker on ground level, and I was thinking, okay, how can I? My mind immediately went to how can I force the threat so that I can get back up to level 1s. But yeah, I mean,
you had me convinced for a second there, and then when I saw him build that level 2 on your spot you'd vacated, it was That was kind of the follow-up thing that I guess, I don't know, I'm really visual, and so stuff like that trips me up all the time, where I don't expect the board to look a certain way. I'm kind of just planning how the board and positioning with the previous turn. Anyway.
So how about 2 more games? I'll play you, Kevin, and then Kevin and Connor, you guys can finish it off if that works for you guys.
Sure, I don't mind. Yeah.
Works for me. Ah. What am I feeling? Connor will recognize this one.
Oh,
Let's do some builders. I love builders. It's some of my favorite games. And Connor annihilated me at this.
Yeah, I played this one earlier today.
Oh, really?
Against I can't remember who it was. I feel bad now, but it was somebody rated about 500, and I got the Hephaestus side of things, and it went well for me that time.
I think I've had luck with Hephaestus quite a bit with this, actually.
oh. No, that's not what I wanted.
So essentially what I realized, and I don't know if this is right or not, is that while I want to lay the level 1 for Hephaestus on the first turn, I don't want to take it immediately on the second turn. And I think that was where I had screwed up. But instead I want to do something like that. So that I've got 2 that you cannot both level 3.
I had to be careful there. I didn't want you to build a threat immediately.
That's exactly what I'm going to do.
Like that. Right. Okay. And yeah, that makes me really quite dissatisfied with my life.
So I want to be in the middle. I want to go toward the middle, so I have more building options with that guy on the ground. Love for you to move into the corner. No, maybe
Yeah,
not.
I think this is better. I think that was a critical move for me, but Jeepers, it's just like nuts. Days ago.
We have liftoff.
Yeah.
Hephaestus is forging away here.
Yep.
You're right. They're quick games.
No, I don't want that. Thank you very much. Thank you. Okay. Skip. Now, I think what I want to do is to be cool. I think I want to just be cool here. No, not that. No, not that. Okay, here we go. I'm going to go here. I'm going to go here.
Oh, I'm so glad this game has an undo function. or restart for turn.
Yeah, it,
Uh,
it is a really welcome thing for sure. And the 15 seconds to stare at the move you're about
Okay.
to make wrong.
I think I have misplayed this, but I don't see a sure win. I'm in a defensively, I'm pretty strong, but I definitely have not played well. Oh, guys, we have got to play a 4-player game now with Toady here. Wow. Yeah, I'm in trouble here. I'm in big trouble. Welcome, Toady.
Oh, actually, here we go.
Well,
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. That was it. Okay. Resign. Good.